All right. Good morning, our people. My sister just made me laugh. So I was telling her it's show time, and she says blessing time.
Yes.
Absolutely, it's blessing time, knowledge time, time to learn what you need so you can get even more blessings. So,
Yes.
welcome to the program. We are extremely happy to have you here. As usual, continue to help us to share and like and distribute and contribute, like all those fancy things that we need to do for other people to get this information. And I think those that reached out from last week's show, it was phenomenal. So a lot of people send messages back. So fantastic. We are going places, and we want to thank our brothers and sisters going around the schools and teaching our young ones about Nina strategies. We love you much. Continue. This is what we are asking you guys to do. When we tell a fake book that we are offline, they think it's a joke. That people are going from school to school. It's not now teaching about Columbus, the man, the criminal that came to America and stole all the
Uh,
resources that belong to the indigenous.
Mungo Park that discovered the water that our ancestors were drinking
Mhm.
and put his
So
name inside.
absolutely. So our brothers and sisters are getting it. It's all about taking it to the grassroots and breaking it down for our people. So they are doing a
Yes.
marvelous job. We're identifying who the enemies or who the enemies are so that we can isolate them and do what we need to do. So great work, my people. Great work. Fantastic, fantastic. All right. Before I go off task, my name is Mona Jim Sagan. I'm here in Houston, Texas. Continue to help us to share. Sister Kwi, are you seeing this? Because I can't find it on my end.
Oh, okay. Let me
Can be
look.
Facebook Waha blog Zelia for real, for real.
Fake book. Fake
Hmm.
book. Fake. I've seen it. It's live.
I don't know if they're like tracking my thing. I can't see it on my. Can you send it to me? I don't know.
Yeah. Let me
Can't
see.
see it. All right, so this is the time to help us to share. I am going to, that's if you find it. Let me check YouTube. YouTube is actually good with not making you look for it. Supposed to see where you're supposed to see. I don't know if they're supposed to hiding it. So let's see on YouTube.
You're welcome. Welcome, everyone. Please continue to share, like, and subscribe. My name
Yeah.
is April, and we are glad to have you here. We'll pull up a video so that it will be playing in the background as we share. Thank you.
Yes. Let me find the video.
Yeah, I can send them to you now.
No, no, I have it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
The unthinkable has happened. Nigeria's president, Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is alleged to have come close to completing a deal with the French president, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, to give out northern Nigeria to France for recolonization. This revelation comes after the two presidents began talks on a France-Nigeria security architecture for northern Nigeria. France, having lost its grip on Niger Republic and being chased out of the country, began looking for a new colony to replace its loss. Suddenly, its friendship with the new Nigeria president came into play. A prominent northern Nigerian by the name of Mahadi alleged that the president is closer to signing a deal with France to give out the entire security operations of northern Nigeria. We all know what that means. Should the Nigeria president proceed with this deal, there is going to be another Gaza in Nigeria. France is known for its brutality in Algeria and all the so-called Francophone nations where its agreement for the continuation of colonization is present and enforced. This has made the inhabitants of those nations the poorest people on earth, despite their rich resources. Scientists and researchers have discovered that the amount of natural resources and wealth beneath the ground of northern Nigeria is the core root of all its security challenges, ranging from Boko Haram, banditry, and kidnapping. It has been alleged that France was sponsoring the terrorist groups in northern Nigeria to make it ungovernable and uninhabitable while exploiting the resources in those areas. Nigeria, being circled by French colony countries, is about to become a French colony. However, Mr. Tinubu has already started relocating all the lucrative institutions from northern Nigeria and the Nigeria's capital to his hometown of Lagos. In the event that he finally gives out northern Nigeria to France either by proxy, agreement, or security conspiracy, he would have nothing to worry about as his enclave is safe. The bigger question, therefore, is what are the northern Nigeria elite doing to stop this conspiracy of enslaving them once again? Who in northern Nigeria can stop Tinubu? Why is France so adamant in exploiting Africa? Why does Tinubu hate northern Nigeria this much? When will the northern Nigerians stand up to gain their independence and stop all the foreign-induced security challenges in their region? And use the natural resources, which are the root reason for all their problems, for the development of their region. Now is the time for Nigeria to gain its true independence. Now is the time for Africa to reclaim its true independence. Save northern Nigeria from France and save Nigeria. Save Nigeria and save Africa. Please share this widely and comment to make it reach a lot of people.
Do you want to comment on the video while I pull up the next one?
Yes, please. I said that they want to sell off the land. I'm like, this is what they do. They come in, they grab power illegitimately, and then they want to legalize or legitimize how do they say it? The power that they stole or grabbed. They begin to sell off things, sign documents, just so that they can continue to be in power. Obasanjo did that, Gowon did that, Buhari did that. And this is why we tell our people, when they're rigging elections and doing what they're doing, it doesn't stop there. They go into something more. They begin to sell off things and sign documents. Some will sign documents in Mandarin, Chinese language that they've not read. They don't care. That's how Bakassi Peninsula was given out. That's how all these places, they do not care. So it is not okay for you to say, I'm not, I can't be involved in politics. I don't know what is going on. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Especially parents. If you have children in this world, if you're an African parent and you don't want to get involved in what is happening, you are a disappointment. Please get responsible and begin to think the way you're supposed to think. Thank you. We'll watch this one now. Listen to this our brother and hear what he's saying about Nigeria. Thank you.
Nigeria are passing through villages where poverty is worst. British Petroleum. And Nigeria has to import back its own fuel as a processed product at a price 3 to 4, 5 times more than they send it out of the country. So tell me, Nigeria, after 60 years of mining oil, why up to date you don't have a processing and a refinery to purify your oil and sell petrol to the world? No, those mines don't belong to us. The government
Can we
signed
increase
a
the volume,
document, the
please?
British government, and it's in the constitution. It's in the law that Britain will mine this place for the next 99 years. I don't know how long is the lease. So you have the same law that you vote leaders into, and when they get into this law, the Western world always make sure the person going onto that chair understands the law, which protects us.
Us there means the West. So the West will not allow Africans to have constitution or law that will not favor them. The constitution will have to favor them. If it's going to favor Africans, they will make sure it doesn't come to limelight. And this is what we're telling our people. The 1999 Constitution is a document used to hold you down, to enslave you, to make sure that colonization does not end. And that is why we say that Nigeria is pyramid of evil. So we'll talk more on these videos as we go. Let's continue to share. Please like and subscribe. Hit the like button as much as possible. That is the least you can do. Thank you so much.
Yes, as we continue our exposés, we come with another special opening of eyes of people who have been tormented to see the very demons tormenting them that they could not see before. Now, Nigeria we live in is like a huge pyramid with granite deckings in which there's an apex, there's a peak, there's a top to it. And it's in 5 layers. There's also a bottom to it, in which the people are the base of that pyramid in their quagmire. And so we have a command and control structure that was designed to be so. And when I say this, I say it because we have the documents of proof. The documents we got by all means, the way WikiLeaks used to get its documents from the British archives, which our fathers didn't see, didn't know. I happen to have been eyeball to eyeball with those who went to negotiate our independence at the beginning of this whole thing that is now being implemented, being enforced, the consensus we have built. Enohoro, for instance, Hope Harriman, for instance, those who actually went to those discussions we've been hearing about, they didn't know about all of the things the British concealed in the background. So we've come today as part of the Enlightenment series that will prepare you for the joint jailbreak that we are, mobilizing for. The prison gate is already shattered. The prison walls are compromised. All of us who are locked here against our will by the brigandage of the British since 1914 and being held here against our will, but with our forged signature under the 1999 Constitution imposed by the Caliphate, I want us to listen carefully. In that command and control, hierarchical structure, we have a a chain of command that is in 5 main compartments. At the peak of that chain, at the head of that chain of command, is the British Crown and the UK government. Next in that chain of command is the Caliphate, the Sokoto Caliphate. Down from that is the Constitution of Nigeria as dictated by the first 2, by the Caliphate in consultation with the British Crown and government of the UK. Then from that Constitution, you come to the 4th layer. That's where your federal government of Nigeria occurs. And then, of course, we could have been talking about the states as another layer, but the states are just appendages, to the federal government. They don't really control anything. The 68 items on the exclusive list take away everything. The states are actually the cells in that prison, that caliphate prison called Nigeria. The states are the cells where, you know, the way the prisoners are not all just poured into one compound. The prisoners are kept in cells, separated from one another, and they can't interact themselves with themselves outside what the warders, what the prison keepers approve of. So the 36 states and the 74 local government areas are like inside the prison compound called Nigeria. You now have block 1, 2, 3, 4 to 36. Inside those blocks, you now have cells where you see local government areas. That's what they are. But basically, there's only one government of Nigeria dictated by the constitution in the fourth layer from the chain of command we are talking about. So we have the British Crown and British government, the caliphate, the constitution they dictate together, and the federal government operated by that caliphate. In that chain of command, and the people at the base who are now living with all the calamities we complain about. The purpose of this broadcast is to show you exactly how the things happening to you are coming to you, and from where they are coming, especially the ones we are not seeing. In that pyramid, the British Crown is the coven, the headquarters of the evil we are suffering in that basement, the quagmire of our daily living, where we are being killed and slaughtered, where we are being impoverished and we've become the global capital for poverty, where we can't have electricity, where we can't have equality of access, the quota system, where our infrastructure is dilapidated to the point of no use, where there's no healthcare, there's no education that that can produce skills. Everything evil you can imagine is in that quagmire at the base, and that's the daily life of the people. Impunity. What is the cause of all? How did we come to that? We look up, we see our government stealing, corruption, soldier killing, police killing, DSS killing, SARS killing, economy killing, electricity killing. Everything is pouring from that with impunity against all of us, and the immunity for the people who are pouring those things upon us, called government. The Nigeria itself is a prison compound. The states are the building, the blocks, the prison blocks, the blocks inside the prison compound. The local government areas are the cells in the blocks. In that order, but there's only one prison compound, and the occupants, the people, with the chains that is, on their legs, and the shackles in their hands, which is where they begin to see poverty, they begin to see insecurity, they begin to see inequality, they begin to see all kinds of lacks and dysfunctional society. No electricity. Everything they try to do is, like rain falling on them. Now that government they see, basically the federal government that in the 68 items of exclusive list are the ones dishing out this lack of electricity, lack of petroleum, lack of accountability, corruption, impunity, all the things we see in the surface, and the people doing it. That's the government is the one we see. But that's how far most of our people can see. You come to the layer above that government, and to which that government cannot dictate, because in that pyramid, the ones on the ground cannot dictate, cannot speak, cannot even converse with the ones above. The government is, unreachable. Is at another level that we can't go to quarrel with or just say, let us discuss. No, they are above us. Above that level of the government is where you find the Constitution. Constitution 1999. Now, let me tell you, that Constitution dictates all of what you see government doing against you. Whether it's corruption, I can tell you the specific sections of that Constitution that creates corruption and protects the beneficiaries of corruption. If you doubt me, go to section 6 subsection 6C of the 1999 Constitution, and you will see that all of what is due to you as citizen of Nigeria that sells 3 million barrels of crude oil every day, everything that is due to you, including your welfare and security, that you have been told is the principal duty of government to you, your own share of that social contract, what are those things that the government has to do for you, is all written out beautifully in chapter 2 of the Constitution of Nigeria. But section 6, subsection 6C, nullifies it. So in black and white, what it means, you can challenge the lawyers you see, and if anybody tells you any other thing, tell that such a person that Tony Nadi says he is, mediocre. He doesn't know what he's talking about. All of those beautiful things listed in chapter 2 that are supposed to be your own share as the citizen in that social contract called the Constitution is nullified and made discretionary. That's section 6, subsection 6C says that it is at the discretion of the government of the day to do or not to do. That means if they don't do, you have no legal recourse against them. I was surprised some 2-3 years ago when some lawyers led by Mr. Abakoba went to file a suit in Abuja against the Buhari that was appointing only his kinsmen into key offices. And they were asking for a damage of 50 billion for what Buhari had done wrong. That thing they took to court, the lopsidedness of appointment in Buhari's administration. The basis of going to court, they were pointing at chapter 2 that requires, that stipulates some kind of equity in federal character, equal opportunity for everybody. But they did not tell the people who hired them to go to court that there's a section 6, subsection 6C that nullifies that chapter 2, meaning that there is no justiciable right you can find. There's nothing that is in that chapter 2 meant for you that can be taken to court to enforce against the government. It is the
All right, so we are going to post this video, repost this video. We already have it on our thing. We will repost it again for you to watch in its entirety, for you to understand what is doing you. That, like our brother said, that these people, whenever they have to take over the office, they have to go and listen to the, colonial bandits and understand, have a memorandum of understanding that you, the monkey and the baboon that is about to be the president, that these are the expectations once you go up into the office. So there's always that memorandum of understanding where they will never serve you, where they can steal your resources, where they can bring it all, because if they steal it, they come and they hide in overseas. Our sister Didi wrote a piece this past week about grab and go, what did she call it? Grab and go people. So they see Nigeria as a grab and go. They get money, they get all the resources, steal it, they take their wives and their families to America, and they build the biggest houses in their villages so that when all one, because they always have fancy names for themselves, when they come back to the village, generator will be sounding or everybody will be serving them. They use you guys as a place for show off. They use Nigeria as a place for them to go and steal money, do garagara, and then come back and show off. And until you understand this phenomenon that we're always talking to you guys about here, you want to understand who are part of this secular movement that is taking us in a merry-go-round to no avail. I will let my sister add on while I pull up our introduction for the day. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. They are doing their worst once again, but it's okay.
Thank you so much, my sister. Yes, they keep taking us round and round. Things getting worse by the day. If it's Obasanjo, they say, oh, okay, Babangida comes, it will be better. No, Babangida will be worse than Obasanjo, and they will start wishing for Obasanjo to come back. And then they will move. It's okay, now it's Buhari. Oh, okay, Buhari. Oh, no, Buhari is worse than Babangida. Oh, Babangida should come back. Oh no, it's Tinubu. Oh no, 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 no. Tinubu is worse than Buhari. Oh please, Buhari, come back.
Fiakwa.
Merry go round.
Fiakwa.
What's wrong
Fiakwa.
with our people? Our topic today says, let's embark on this healing journey together. We are a
Yes.
damaged people, broken people. My sister will introduce the topic, and then you understand what we have to do, what we need to do. Thank you.
So damaged and so broken, my sister. You couldn't have said it any better. But as mothers, we don't watch our families or families fall apart. We do what we can. Even when we have a drunken husband, a crazy children, crazy in-laws, even when we have it all against us, our main role is to ensure that our family stays intact. So we are always here as mothers, as sisters, as aunts, on whatever you need to see us as daughters, coming to say there is a way out. There is a way out of all of these things that is happening to all of us. We are all victims of our circumstances. Somebody set us up for a failure, and we actually doing quite well given the kind of setup that they have given us. We are very resilient, but we can do more. We can do more to get out of these people. And it's not about going to church and trying to blackmail your God as if our God is not responsive. Our God is quite responsive, but He's not going to be responsive to a drug addict, an alcoholic, someone who is addicted to their circumstances. He's not going to respond to that. He said, come, let us have a conversation. Let us, talk about things that is worrying you so we can figure out a way for it. So today it goes well with our topic. So we're asking our brothers and sisters to come as you are. Let's embark on this journey for self-determination. Come as you are. Don't worry if you're a child molester, if you are I don't know, if you killed your sister-in-law, whatever you have done in the past, whatever you're struggling with, it's okay. We want to create an atmosphere where it's okay for you to come as you are. Come as you are. Don't worry about trying to bleach yourself and clean yourself out and come out and preach the word of God to people, and then you go back and molest all the girls in the church, or you pretend like you're a father, and then you go and sleep with your daughter and get her pregnant, and your wife is pretending like she doesn't know what is going on. It's okay. All we are saying, Emezila, don't do anymore. Come as you are so that we can keep these things we are suffering a name and fix it from there. So, in the tapestry of life, each thread weaves a story. And for those who carry the weight of brokenness, the invitation echoes louder. Come as you are, and let's embark on the healing journey together. So, picture a heaven where judgment disappears. Yes, we are talking about no judgment zone. And the echoes of shared pain resound like a healing melody. It's a sanctuary where marks are shared and authenticity is revered. So we want your authentic self. We want you to come as you are. Come as you are. Don't try to be somebody else. Don't pretend to be somebody else. No, just come as you are. So whether at an individual or national level, this authenticity will begin with us accepting our collective reality and the truth we would often want to deny. Hijacking and stealing resources from ancestral land has rendered us subhuman and unable to live as God originally intended. So, therefore, brothers and sisters, we are asking you today to join us as we embark on a transformative journey towards healing because we already understood what is happening to us. Thanks to Nina's for 23 years of work, so that we are not pointing fingers. Oh, this person did it to me. Oh, yeah, Mereme. Oh, it's the other person. It's the other person. It's okay. The time has come to cast aside the mask of pretense and cease hiding, for these actions only amplify stress and impede our collective progress. We must now embrace authenticity as a catalyst for healing process that will foster unity and propel us towards growth and advancement, especially in the area of self-determination. So we are going to move forward towards a fertile ground of self-discovery, healing, and renewal of our destinies. So these things are not difficult to do. That if you come out, and kudos to those that are giving people platforms to discuss what has happened to them. People don't like to hear the truth because they always want to defend their pastors and they want to defend everybody except the victims. And today we are telling everyone that we are all victims. We want everyone to come for a healing. Whatever if we were abused by your pastors, when you were a church boy, your pastor or your father abused whoever, whatever that was done to you, we need you to come as you are so that we can move forward. No more hiding, no more telling lies, because that's how the enemy will corner you and make it sound like you're the worst human being on the face of the universe. When someone is molested, they are likely to molest somebody else. This thing is demonic. And that's why we can't keep hiding it. If they molest you, you're likely to molest another person. That person is likely to molest another person. This is how it goes on. And then it will create a community of shame for everyone. Everyone is ashamed of what they have done. They're afraid that it's going to come out one day and blow up in their faces. And we're saying it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Go ahead, sister. Add some. Let me pull up our PowerPoint. Please
Yes, we are
help
telling
us
our
hit
people.
the like button. Can Letty help us to hit the like button?
Yes, you have done so much, but hiding under the table, hypocritically pretending, will not solve the problem. That's why we're saying, as no matter, come as you are. Let's discuss it. Even God said it. He said, though your sin is as red as scarlet, come, let's talk about it. Because you covering it under the table and carrying on as if all is well, and you're destroying more people on your pathway because you're a broken person. You are not healed. You need therapy. You doing that will not solve any problem. Hurting people hurt others, be it at individual level, community level, national level. The entire Africa is hurting
Hmm.
because Africa is full of hurting people. They have hurt us, they've broken us, they've destroyed us. People's dreams bastardized, people's destiny is destroyed, everything is destroyed. Everybody's running crazy. So you're looking for the next person to cheat, to dupe, to who, do all sorts of. We're saying enough. Stop. Come, let's discuss it so that we can work together. Pretending that all is well when all is not well. It's not the way forward. Whether you're a father that is molesting your daughter, you are a woman that you're not doing what you're supposed to do to protect your children, or you're a father that you're not playing the role you should play as a father, or you're a Christian leader, traditional leader, social influencer, um, politicians, whatever, please come, let's embark on this healing journey together. Everyone counts. Everyone counts. I'll leave my sister to go on. Thank you.
Absolutely. Please come on. And of course, we cannot move forward without reminding us that we live in an estate of Usman and Fodio. That's why they can sell off our land. That's why they can do whatever. That's why Dangote can be the richest black man. I've been challenging them on Yahoo News, bringing that punk as the richest man in Africa. I said, please, this is a guy that stole the resources of a whole nation for himself. And you, Forbes magazine, business, World Business magazine, oh, the richest black man. You guys are mad. You guys are idiots. It hurts that idiots are ruling the world. It really hurts. People that
It's
stole
terrible.
resources for 500 years unabated, and they're still struggling they're still struggling for more resources. That means that you have to be the dumbest of them all. How can you steal for 500 years and you're still looking for more to steal? How could you? Go ahead, sister.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You've been on this journey stealing from Africa. You're not repenting. You're not turning around. And then you tell lies about it. Present yourself as if you are the Messiah,
Hmm.
as if you are the good one. Why Africans are lazy, they are the criminals, but you are the criminal. You stole people resources, the resources of the indigenous people, render them poor. You stole them during transatlantic slave trade. That's not enough for you. You brought colonization to colonize them in their land. That is not for enough for you. You brought your neo-colonial structure project where you put puppets that will be doing your dirty works while our people perish.
Hmm.
How long are you going to continue this? I'm asking humanity. How long are you going to do this? Are you not ashamed of yourselves? Can't you see what you're doing to the next generation? Is that okay? And these people are religious people. If you're on
Hmm.
Sunday, tomorrow is Sunday now, all of them will pack full inside church. No one is asking in-depth question. What is going on? Why is Africa so rich, yet African children are going to bed hungry? What is going on?
Yes.
Everybody's
And
moving
then
on as if
eh,
all is well.
And then as we speak, every one of them, European Union, American, everybody, oh, immigrants, immigrants, immigration law, block the gate, block the fence, don't let them come in. They must go. And then you're wondering who is making them leave their own land? Who is
Exactly.
there cooking up wars, cooking up destruction, cooking up, neutralizations of people? Who is doing that? That is causing people to want to leave a place where their umbilical cords are buried, but you're busy creating all sorts of flaws. Oh, we don't want to deal with asylum seekers anymore. Asylum seekers anymore. Oh, this and this. The same group of people.
How convenient.
How convenient. So tiring. So we cannot move forward without reminding you guys that we live in this Osman Danfodio estate. And they could continue to do whatever they do. They will get, this week in Plateau State, they were killing Christians. They were doing whatever they needed to do to get the land. Before you know it, there will be an IDP camp. And then they will take the land for grazing. And then their criminal counterparts will take the other ones to mine the resources. It's all about resource control. So, people, it's very important that we recognize who these enemies are and begin to identify them and give them a name so that we are not fighting each other. This is a strategy that they created so that we will be fighting and killing each other, as where their children go on vacation and come on Facebook and show us they are riding the $1 million food or whatever they're doing. We need to be smarter, my people. Smarter. So our objective today, we're going to the video commentaries. We already done that. Siseki, do you want to add anything else, or should we?
Yeah, at the end, I'll add something so that
Okay.
you understand it better.
Right. The foundation of pain and sorrow in Nigeria, the significance of embracing authenticity. And we look at come as you are as an invitation, the importance of creating a safe space for individuals to be themselves. That is very important. We are so tired of identity crisis, so tired. There will be, we'll discuss unity, strength in unity, promise of collective restoration, acceptance as a guiding principle, working together hand in hand. And then lastly, we'll look at the take home points. Okay, go ahead, sister.
Yes, thank you. So in the first video, we played three videos for us. You can go back to after the show to watch them again. The foreign induced insecurity in northern Nigeria, Africa. The insecurity you have in Africa, you have in northern Nigeria, is foreign induced. It's man-made. Yes, hear us. It's man-made. Allegedly, France wants to make northern Nigeria a French colony, just like they did to
Niger. Yeah, that's the
yes,
same
Niger,
border now, so they can still be stealing
exactly,
resources from that side.
exactly. They did to part of Cameroon. Cameroon part is English, part is French. So it's the same thing. Sudan, all everywhere. So through security conspiracy, they will create insecurity, they will create terrorism, and tell you that they want to now supply military arms and be the one to protect you from the terrorists that they sent to your land.
Sure.
So while they're doing that, they will help Tinubu, the interregnum president,
President.
to legitimize his interregnum and illegitimate presidency. It's give and take. So when they bring a puppet that does not know left, no, not that they don't know right, they just that they are criminals. They will bring them so that they will sign away the destinies of their people. so that these Westerners can do their biddings, do what they want to do. So that's what that first video was saying. You can go and watch it again. The second video is a Zimbabwean public intellectual excellently capturing the basis of this Nina's campaign. What we have been saying all this while through Nina's campaign. He put it in the way that we have been saying it, that the situation in Nigeria or what Nigerians are going through under the imposed colonial constitution, which is law. You heard him mention constitution, that they will put that constitution in place so that the resources of the people can be taken away from them. So you can see what he was talking about. It's the core essence of the remediation strategy that Ninas is working on, which is removing the constitutional stranglehold and shackles by which foreign marauders, that is Britain and their caliphate JV partners, including our willing tools. Because my people will say that is the rat in the house that tells the rat in the bush that there's
Mhm.
meat in the basket. So we are not exonerating our political puppets, the willing tools from your village, the willing tools from Yoruba land, from Igbo land, Ijo land, Efik. They are working together. So we are not exonerating them. They are together. Some people will say, is it not your brother that is this? Is it not your brother? Yeah, they are not my brothers. They are willing tools. They are the agents being used to destroy the people. So they locked us down into perpetual bondage and servitude. That's what that second video was talking about. So when you place his postulations side by side with the pyramid of evil expose of Ninas against the backdrop of our 2019 exposition titled Unveiling the Foundations of the Caliphate Prison, you understand what we're saying. So this commentary was by Tony Nadi Ninas. And then the third video is now the actual pyramid of evil expose by Ninas, where they broke down what is going on. That Nigeria is the pyramid of evil, the coven, the principalities and powers, demons and familiar spirits that Christians are praying about all over in the church. And it's like their God is deaf and dumb because they've been praying and the principalities and powers are there because it is not prayer that you're supposed to pray. You're supposed to
Nope.
listen to what Nina said you should listen to, embrace it, and do what you're supposed to do. But because you're spiritually lazy, because you're hypocritical, you go into church every day praying against principalities, die, 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 die
Hmm.
by die by fire,
And
die
then
by
you will
fire,
even
die
die.
by
You will even die while you're saying the
and
prayer.
when you finish, you will be the one to die. The principalities and powers will be moving and enlarging their camps. So in that video, it was exposing what Britain will not want Nigeria to do.
Okay, connectivity issue. Um, we'll give a few minutes to come back. Yeah, so you guys already know. We have someone is in charge of your space. Someone is in charge of your space. They say they will never allow you to control your future or your destinies, and they meant it. We see them every day, making sure that that is our what is it called, our slogan for the rest of our lives. You know that we will never, they will never allow us to control our future. Nothing is working. Since Tinubu took over, prices of things have quadrupled. People are struggling. Life is too difficult. Everything, all the prices, and then they're taking money that we know for years, taking money from all these World Bank, all these criminal enterprise everywhere, pretending like they're doing something for the world. So for so many years, I've been asking, why is it that every time they keep giving money to African leaders, and all these things, but they're not asking them, getting you to jail, and what did you guys do with this money? Nobody is investigating. My dear, it made sense. They are business partners. So they give them the money in the name of Africa. They go back and take it from them and then leave the rest for the people in charge. And then maybe for us to think they have done something, they will come and put gravel on the road, and before you know, one rainfall, it will wash out the whole road. So in that case, that's how we are owing now. We are owing World Bank 50 trillion, because whenever Tinubu was in charge or whoever was in charge, we were giving money, and there was a road that was built, but it's no longer there. Charade, all is charade. They've been playing with us for years, and people are not asking why. People are not asking why. I think my
Thank
sister
you.
is back.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, that's where you know where I am and now why it's happening that way. So we want to look at foundation of pain and sorrow in Nigeria because we said we're talking about healing, leading our people and having us to move on this healing journey. But before we get to healing, we want to understand what the sickness is, how we got inflicted, where did the pain come from, what the pain, sorrow, how did it come from? So that when we talk about the healing and break it down for you, it will make more sense to you. So the command and control structure imposed on Nigerians by Caliphate and Britain through the colonial constitutional order and ethnic puppets. The constitutional order, the current one is 1999 edition, is the source of our pain and sorrow. 1999 constitution. That is how we got into trouble. Another point is Western interference in the way we exist and coexist in our ancestral spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Ordinarily, the Westerners have no right to tell us how to live or how not to live. After all, in their own land, tribes are nations. Some of the nations there are so small that they're in Africa, they will be like a community.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they're nations.
Mm-hmm.
Vatican, I think they're just the Vatican, whether they're 1,000
Mm-hmm.
in number
Rome. Mm-hmm.
in Rome. So, but they keep meddling in the things that concern us. And some of our people are so brainwashed that they even expect them to come and meddle. So these are the things that cause pain and sorrow to us because we are not allowed to self-determine how we want to live, who we want to live with, the terms and conditions. We are not allowed to do it. These criminals keep interfering. That's part of how we got into pain and sorrow. There's perpetual servitude through the hijack of economic assets and sovereignty of the indigenous peoples and nationalities. And of course, the imposition of ethnic puppets as leaders of the people. A case of monkey they walk, baboon they chop. If
Mm-hmm.
you see some of these leaders, if you gauge them in one-on-one conversation, you will feel sorry for yourself. That these people now are managing your affair. These are people that in your private company, you will not even give them the job of a driver. I'm telling you.
Gate man. He a good driver. Drivers still making the gate man. They can't even stand at the gates.
That's how bad it is. They that Aso Rock, and my people expecting them to do one thing or the other. You can't give what you don't have.
Mm-mm.
These are non-entities. My father will call them nicompoos. So that's why we're suffering. That's why we are in pain. Another point is illicit power grab through military, through politicians. As they do this power grab that they do every 4 years and every 8 years, because in Nigeria we don't have election. No. What we have is power grab.
Selection.
Snatch it. Yes, snatch it, grab it. If you destroy the other one, you grab the power. That's what we have. So it's selection. They gang themselves up, then come grab power at all cost. By doing that, they mortgage the future of Nigerians and Nigeria. Because after grabbing the power, they want to legitimize their illicit power grab. And then they have to sell something. Excuse me. Gowon did it. Obasanjo did it. Buhari did it. Now your interregnum Tinubu is doing it. Selling off everything, signing everything that they present for to him. So far, he remains on that seat. Britain and Western powers, they create problem. When they create problem, they come and present their own kind of solution, which is not a solution at all. Rather, it is something that will favor them and disfavor the natives, the owners of the lands and the assets. Is intentional. They give these power grabbers dotted documents to sign to enable them colonize and steal the assets of the indigenous peoples. We'll give you an example. Gowon and the oil and gas assets of the eastern region of Nigeria, 1967-70, for the powers in the world to come and help Gowon kill Indigo. Gowon had to sign. You can see in one of the videos we played before, when he said, and Ojukwu took the national oil, national gas. What are you talking about? These things belong to Eastern region, but you sold them off. Britain collected the whole oil and gas in Eastern region 100%, kept 40% to themselves, and then shared the rest among their criminal brothers and cousins. That's when you hear things like ELF, Ajib, Gulf, oil. These things are not your company. If they were your company, it would be Okeke oil, Okafor oil, Mbakwa oil. But you hear Ajib, Gulf oil, ELF oil. These are their criminal cousins. We are telling you about how we got into the trouble that we are in today. We are breaking it down because we want to give you a foundation. What we do in this show is that we break it down, tell you how you got into trouble, and then show you how to come out of it. So, the foreign criminals will join forces after they finish taking the land because they don't want the people to wake up
Please,
one day.
please continue to help us to hit the like button. They are once again blocking, so that like button helps with the algorithm. So continue to help us to hit the like button as you watch. Thank you,
Thank you.
especially on Facebook.
Yeah. So after they've taken these assets, they want to keep it to themselves because they know that tomorrow the children of those people will come back and begin to ask for their father's properties and assets. So what did they do? They beat down, they joined forces, beat them down, and totally annihilate them. So they want to remove the indigenous owners of the assets so that nobody will lay claim tomorrow to the assets. That's what is happening in northern Nigeria. What is happening is not Boko Haram by itself in isolation. It's the gold, bitumen, uranium, lithium, all the minerals, columbite, tin, there. That's what is going on. They train the terrorists.
These people are
So that
wicked.
when That's so wicked. When the terrorists are killing the indigents, because the indigents are the ones that wake up tomorrow and say, this is our father's land. This is our ancestral land. That's why they don't want to use their ear to hear ancestral land, to hear saying, oh, I'm an Igbo woman. Oh, you're tribalic. You're tribal. I say, I'm Igbotic. I keep saying it. I'm an Igbo woman. No shame. I'm very, very Igbotic. I'm a native Igbo woman because I'm on my ancestral land. I'm not an English woman. I'm an Igbo woman, very Igbotic. And
Hmm.
I'm not a person
Me too.
because I
Me
know
too.
the enemy does not want me to identify who I am. He wants me to say, I'm an American. No, I'm not. Abu Moni Igbo. Yes, I eat Igbo food, wear Igbo clothes, basically. We don't want identity crisis. So
Mm-mm.
they will want us to, why they want you to say no to your culture and tradition is so that you, because when you don't identify, when you don't have identity, you don't know where you're coming from. How will you know where your heritage is? How will you know what is your ancestral land, let alone what is inside the land? So they want everyone to say, we are Nigerians. There are no Nigerians. Nigeria is not an, it's not a people.
Nope.
There's no people called Nigerians.
Nope.
Nigeria is the creation of the sick mind of greedy colonial masters.
Yep.
You are Hausa, you are Tiv, you are Yoruba, you are Igbo, Ibibio, Efi. That's who you are. Please
Mm,
do not apologize because your heritage is tied to your identity. The food you are eating, your health is even tied to your identity.
mm-hmm.
Certain diseases. I was discussing with someone. He was telling me about certain diseases. Certain diseases are tied to your heritage, to who you
True.
are.
That's true.
So when you bleach yourself and we don't know who you are anymore, we will not understand why you're suffering from certain things that you're suffering from. So identity is very, very important. But these foreign criminals do not want that. So in stealing our resources, using terrorism and war, crisis they create everywhere in Africa. Everywhere. Have you ever seen any person from Africa going to Europe to go and cause war? No.
I know. No.
Ones that come and cause war in your land, creating poverty, misery, pain, sorrow in the land, causing the natives to keep fighting one another instead of their enemy.
Sister, we know they
And
did this thing everywhere before they left after their so-called colonialism.
yeah,
Everywhere in Asia, whatever, what they did was get people together that they know they are not the same people. Everywhere, Myanmar,
yes,
all these other places, Congo,
mhm,
and put them together.
yeah,
It's like somebody getting a gunpowder, right? Waiting for it to
yes,
explode. So they knew very well that it's not going to work. But the thing that kills me most is that for years they were taking resources. It's not enough. So now they're removing people from their ancestral land so they can literally keep that, take the land and keep people in IDP camp. How long are you
yes.
planning on doing this?
So they
How,
can
or
keep
is
it
that what they teach you
forever.
guys in your so-called Ivy League school? How do you think this is
Yeah,
gonna work and people will not be at your border trying to come in?
I think that's what they teach them in the Ivy League school. Brainwash them and tell them things, like
That
teach them
doesn't
things
make
that will not,
sense.
yeah, that will not
See,
make
that doesn't
sense.
make sense. That's why the
To
Harvard
fool people.
president came online. They were asking her simple questions.
Mhm.
She couldn't answer it with all the freaking degrees from Harvard and all these Ivy League schools. She couldn't answer that simple question. Now she lost her job. If she had
Yeah,
called me, even if
because
she
the
had called
degree,
Mama would have given her better advice.
I'm telling you, because the degree is not for you to learn how to critically think and solve problems. It's how to memorize whatever it is that they gave to you. If you memorize it very well, then you get your degree. How can you
And
know
learn how
how
to
to solve
lie and
problems?
embellish
And learn
lies
how
and
to
make it
lie.
look good.
Yes, call white black, call red blue, turn everything around and confuse everyone. If you do it very, very well, they will give you degree. If you do it very, very, very well, they call you professor, like Professor Konjiwala. Yes. Her people are dying in her village, and she's there speaking English that does not help anybody. Professor Soludo. When you just hear professor begin to run, it means that they're ready to profess lies. They will call white black. If not, our villagers solve problems. Some of the things ailing us today, if you call market women, they will give you the solution immediately, instant. But our professors cannot solve the problem. So, Professor, who is that one that the eye is doing like nystagmus? What's his name? I've forgotten his name. Oh,
So Tommy, that's
Atomic or something like that. Yes.
I just saw that eye going the other way. Okay.
When you see how the eye moving, you know that's how the brain is shaking. These are the people that want to give solution to our people. No, that's not going to work because Haburon Ezoku, they are not truth speakers. They are not true speakers. They know the truth, but they dodge from it. People like Olisa Bokova, Monday he will say one thing.
Hmm.
Tuesday he will say another. By Wednesday he's saying another one. If you catch him on Thursday, he will say something else. Yet his son, senior advocate of Ndala. It's only Ndala that such people can advocate for,
Hmm.
not normal human being. So these are the things that cause pain and sorrow to the people. We'll give you example. This proposed building of gas pipeline to Morocco, selling the gas of eastern Nigeria, while our youths run away on economic exile, trekking, trekking through deserts, swimming through Mediterranean Sea, providing food for animals that live in deep sea, children that God sent and gave to us are driven away from their ancestral lands. Yet, people are just talking stories. How come that the oil in Texas is working for Texans, but the oil at Nnobi is not working for Ndi Nnobi? The oil in Akwa Ibom is not working for Ndi Akwa Ibom. The people are left to suffer the consequences from such mining activities. So what are we saying in essence? We're saying that denying this reality, this thing we broke down to you, getting yourself distracted by the church and religious workers, religious business and men and women, getting yourself distracted, denying the source of your wound, the source of your brokenness, will make you to continue to suffer under this evil yoke of the enemy because you're denying the reality. Today, we are extending an invitation to all persons and peoples to Nina's pathway to truth, authenticity, freedom, healing, and self-determination. Drop all your differences, your past angers, your frustrations, your misunderstandings. Let's work together against the enemy of our common destiny. My sister will break down this journey to us. Thank you.
Thank you. Continue to help us to share and like. Like we said, we want you to come as you are. Come as you are so that we can start this healing journey. There's no more pretense. Don't go to church and, think your pastors will remove the demons. If you are, thinking about molesting a child, tell someone about it. Tell someone, you're better off telling someone. Once you tell someone about it, I promise you the devil will run. Whatever it is that is bothering you, thinking about sleeping with your daughters, thinking about sleeping with the dog, thinking about stealing something that doesn't belong to you, thinking about doing things that you know if they come out in open, you'll be embarrassed. Talk to someone about it. Call us if you don't have anyone to talk to about it. We want you to start your healing process so that we are not passing this demonic attitude or behavior to the next generation, because that's what's going to happen. If you are an angry person, you will hear stories of children telling how their father or fathers abused their mothers and how he destroyed the whole family. And then when you look at the man, you will see that he's a broken man. He probably was abused by his own father. He didn't feel loved. Nobody cared for him. So you have a bunch of broken people making children and passing on the brokenness. And we are saying today is enough. It's enough. Ozugozien in Igbo land, they will say Ozugozien is enough. Please continue to help us to hit the like button. So we're going to look at the significance of embracing authenticity. Authenticity is a profound statement that reverberates through collective fabric of our communities. When we embrace it, it will make us better people. Because if I see that you're white, I know that you're white. The danger will be is when I think that you're white and I come out you're black. A lot of confusion. When we talk about authenticity, I can't even say the word now.
My dear, authentic.
Authenticity, authenticity.
That's why I said that we are not in the church.
when we talk about authenticity, we want to foster a sense of genuine connectionness that will allow us to be seen and heard for who we are. It will help us to serve as a catalyst for personal growth and personal self-discovery. And then when we look at it on a communal level, is really, really important for building resilient and empathetic societies. Because that's why it's so easy for us to destroy our brothers and sisters. Tinubu will go and sign the biggest contract or whatever, money transfer from the World Bank, and people are burning their sisters and brothers because of cell phones, cell phone that you can get for a minimal amount, but you will go and kill, you allow Tinubu and Buhari and the rest of them to steal huge amount of money, buy houses all over the place, like in Ghana. What is that black guy, Mother, that was charged with
Mm-hmm.
27 houses all over the place, and people
Hmm.
are dying of hunger. So when individuals feel empowered to be authentic, it sets the stage for open dialogue and a shared understanding of challenges that we face collectively. Authenticity will allow us to have a community that embraces both light and shadow with its members and foster an environment where we can heal and flourish. Again, come as you are. When we embrace authenticity, we will create a world where beauty of everyone contributes to collective symphony of humanity. We will be singing the same song. You will no longer be worried that someone will come and find you and see that you've been molesting your children, you've been molesting your wives, you've been molesting your neighbors, you've been doing things that you know if it comes out in the open, you will not be proud of yourself. We are saying there is no judgment. Come as you are, judgment free. Come as you are so that the healing can start. Come as you are so that we can allow you to review those demonic conversations that you're having in a non judgmental way. So when you come as you are, it's a recognition that everyone, regardless of their struggles or imperfection, that they have a place in this collective endeavor towards renewal and understanding. It will give us an opportunity to enter a space free of shackles or pretense. It will bring vulnerability, scars, and unfiltered selves and help us to shed societal mask and enter a sanctuary where acceptance reigns supreme. So whatever it is that is causing you to have nightmares, whatever it is that causing you to have anxiety, whatever it is that is causing you to not spend the rest of your days thinking if anybody finds this out is going to be bad. It's time for us to tell ourselves the truth because we don't want to be passing this brokenness to the next generation. Our children are suffering. When you listen to the things that are happening in people's houses, you will be flabbergasted. And sometimes even the mother that knows that the father is abusing her children will tell her children everything, anything that happens in this household stays in this household. She will stop them from sharing with others because she
Terrible.
herself is traumatized. So
Yes.
imagine all these people, and then when that child leaves home, imagine the kind of child she will be, and somebody else will marry her,
Hmm.
and the problem will start. Imagine
Hmm.
if it's a son, somebody else will marry him, and the problem continues. So we're going to look at the importance of creating a safe environment or a safe space for individuals to be themselves. It will encourage us to embrace vulnerability and authenticity without fear of judgment or reprisal. It will provide a refuge where our people can reveal their true selves, share their stories, and express their emotions openly, especially for us Africans that like to blame the victims. We always want to blame the victims, especially when it comes to our pastors. How can you say that about our pastors, or how can you say that about that uncle? And that is a fear that people will have because you have this uncle that everybody loves and revered, and this uncle is abusing you. You don't know who to tell. Your mother is so happy that she's getting money from the uncle. She's not paying attention that her child is traumatized whenever this uncle comes by. Nobody's paying attention. And then when people do find that, they are so uncomfortable to discuss it. I've seen a mother curse a child out because the child told the mother that her boyfriend was coming after her. She started calling her daughter B word. You see, we need a lot of healing. So
Yep.
when we create a safe space, it's crucial for cultivating trust among individuals. We must learn how to tell our little ones on day one that if anybody touches them, start now to create that space. That if anybody touches them, especially your daughters, let me know. Let me know. If I have a school, is the thing I will start from kindergarten to say, if anybody is touching you appropriately, inappropriately at home, let me know. And then explain to them what it means because they don't know. Children are like brand new computers. They are what you download in them. If you download in them that it's okay for daddy to touch me in the wrong place, they will think it's okay. If you download in them, it's okay for uncles to be sleeping with me. If you download in them that when I go to the pastor to deliver the food that my mother cooked, it's okay for him to eat me and eat the food. That's how it starts. So we need to allow individuals to release emotional burdens, promoting mental and emotional well-being. When we create this safe space, we'll pave the way for personal growth and self-discovery. You will provide a fertile ground for exploring our identity, strengths, and area of development without fear of criticism. It will also foster inclusivity by acknowledging and respecting diverse perspective, background, and experience, and dismantle barriers that may exist on societal norms. We should allow individuals to voice their thoughts, concerns, and aspirations freely, leading to a better understanding. Please continue to help us to share. And most importantly, it will create a supportive community where we can actually come up with things that are bothering us, because all these things are the demons that is causing us not to understand what we need to do. How are you going to understand Nina's strategy when you yourself, your husband is abusing all your three daughters, you don't know what to do? Hmm? How are you going to understand what is being said when your son or your oldest son was caught sleeping with an animal? How are you going to understand? These things are trauma. Traumatic people cannot do anything. Not everybody have that resilience to overcome. Some people just get stuck. Even seeing that picture alone, even thinking about that picture alone will keep you stuck for life. So that's what we're saying once again. Come as you are. It's okay. Don't let the enemy back you to a corner and make it sound like, oh, you're done. Because you did this bad thing, you're done. You're done, you're done, you're done. What we are trying to do is to break that chain so that you don't continue to live in that wickedness or whatever that you're practicing or doing. So there is a strength in unity. Strength is not a solitary force, but an interwoven synergy that emerges when we come together as people. It is a formidable force that transcends when each of us could achieve our personal goals. And then it helps us to foster grow, or even act like a forest where individuals and trees can strengthen each other by standing together. Because when we understand that it's not just us that is in this situation, it's not just you that has been abused, it's not just you that took something that doesn't belong to you, all we're saying is that we need to break that chain. So the collective strength born from unity is a beautiful and empowering chorus that resonates through shared journey of healing. Once again, we thank our brothers and sisters that are giving people the platforms to talk about things that have happened to them that they were told not to talk about. Trauma, 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 trauma everywhere. So let's look at promise of collective restoration. The promise of collective restoration holds the transformative vision of community rising together from the ashes of shared struggle, emerging stronger, wiser, and even more resilient than before. There are several key aspects of these promises. Collective restoration is a path among community members to uplift and support each other. It allows us to have a shared responsibility for each other's well-being. It allows us to commit to contributing positively to the collective atmosphere. Allows the renewal of cultural and emotional well-being within us. And it will promise a shift from a culture of individualism to one where communal health is prioritized. We always say it on this show that it's all about all of us. We don't want to follow whoever, whatever community or continent that is saying me, myself, and I. It can never be you, yourself, and I. Because anytime something affects you, it will affect the rest of your family. If I die now, I even my enemies, it will affect some of them because yeah, they don't talk to me, but maybe they like my hairstyle. Now I'm no longer here. So it's never about you, it's always about all of us. A collective restoration sees healing not as an isolated endeavor, but as a social movement. So the promise lies in collective momentum gained when we join forces to overcome these shared challenges. In shared challenges, we are referring to the abuse, the traumas, everything that has happened that shouldn't have happened, everything that was ignored. Hmm? Your pastor that you trusted, your daddy Geo that you are working for, all of a sudden he wants to turn you into a side chick. He won't let you marry. He will have an abortion chamber in his church where he's pulling out fetus out of people's vagina or uterus. Trauma, trauma, trauma. And we pass this along. So as each of us flourishes, as we call these things, call them out, put a name to it, and begin the healing, the community as a whole will become a thriving ecosystem of people that are well. It will give us a thriving ecosystem of people that are well. And lastly, collective restoration promises the development of a cohesive community identified through shared healing and experience. We are asking people to come as they are. One of the things that we need to do is to accept, to look at acceptance as a guiding principle. Accept what has happened to us. Agree that it has happened to us. Call a thing a thing. Hmm? We don't want any more trauma. We don't want any more lies. You know, if you're a husband cheating on your wife, you're better off coming out to say the truth and stop. Whatever it is that will cause you not to be the best version of you, we're asking you to stop. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No judgment about what you have done. We want you now to say, hey, I need help. I need to do well. A lot of our people, we have been traumatized and nobody got therapy. Look at even Biafran War. After the war, people, they took all their resources and left them with $20. Nobody asked, what did you see? People were watching bomb throw down and people tearing into pieces and flying everywhere. No therapy. Nobody asked you. People were having nightmares. And people will laugh about it. I remember when we were growing up, there's a guy in our household, in our neighborhood, that always have a nightmare. God knows what he saw. And people will be making fun of it, laughing. Trauma, 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 trauma. And in Africa, we are not allowed to discuss mental health. Hmm? If you talk about mental health, they will label you Onyara. But we are all Onyara within ourselves. Please continue to help us to share. We are all Ndara within ourselves. Some of us thrive by lying. There's people that we know all over this Houston. If you tell them good morning, or if they tell you good morning, you better go check the time. They lie, even though they know you have Apple Watch. They will tell you that they are pharmacists when the damn thing is online where you can go and see that they are not pharmacists or a nurse or whatever. Because all these things are coping mechanisms. Lies, 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 lies. All we are saying is that we need healing. Whatever again is causing you not to be the best version of you. We need healing. We need forgiveness. Those people that we have, hurt, we need to reach out to them and ask for forgiveness, because that's how we start. I'm sorry. Allow them to tell you whatever you have done to them, what it has caused them to feel. Listen and offer your apology. I'm sorry. Please, I allow my sister to continue. I'm not on the screen. I'm off task here. I get so excited about this kind of thing. Sister, please go ahead. Hello? Oh, It looks like she fell off. I'm not on the screen. Usually, when I pull out this PowerPoint, in order for everyone to see it very well, I can see the video in the background. All right, so I will. I don't know if she's. Let me see if I can reach her real quick. Please continue to help us to share. We want our people to heal. Okay. Sister, I don't know if you can hear me because I don't see you on the screen anymore. All right. So let's look at acceptance as a guiding principle. Acceptance as a guiding principle becomes a cornerstone of healing journey, which offers us a transformative path towards inner peace and collective harmony. When it comes to healing, acceptance serves as a compass, guiding individuals through the complex of emotions and experience. It begins with self-acceptance, a courageous embrace of one's flaws, scars, and imperfections. And we know no matter how much you're pretending like you're all that, no matter how much you're pretending like, oh, I'm holier than everyone, we know that you're not. So let's stop pretending and accept who we are. This foundational acceptance creates a space for self compassion. It allows individuals to break free from the chains of self judgment and criticism. Acceptance is the recognition that each person carries a unique narrative shaped by experience, both beautiful and challenging. In its essence, it's not about resignation, but about empowerment. It empowers individuals to find meanings in the experiences, acknowledging that growth often springs from the soil of acceptance, and enables participants to let go of the futile pursuit of perfection, creating space for authenticity and vulnerability to flourish. Sister, are you back? I don't see you on the screen. And can everyone hear me? Let me get out of this. Please, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Please let me go back so I can be seeing the screen. Um, yeah, if you can hear me, please give me thumbs up. I don't know if my sister is here. I don't see her. Oh, no, 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 no. I know what happened. Oh my gosh, she fell off and I need to put her back on the screen.
Yep. I was just saying, I'm here, I'm here. I see you. Thank you, Agnes.
Let me log off of this thing. I'm telling you. So whenever I'm on the full screen, I don't see the screen
Yeah,
anymore. So yeah,
yes.
text me next time. Okay, I'll
Okay,
leave it in
okay.
this format so I can go ahead. Okay,
Yeah,
go
I'm
ahead.
here. Yeah, so thank you so much. So we've told you all that, breaking it down. So we're talking about working together hand in hand in any project. Be it liberation project, self-determination, is important to work hand in hand. As individuals work hand in hand, that's we're talking about like alliance. Their collective strength multiplies. We have
Mhm.
that in the Bible when Bible says one will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000. And the English people will say two good heads are better than one. So it's important for individuals in the same type of problem to work hand in hand together to solve it. You see, working hand in hand enhances the resilience of the entire group, creating a powerful force for overcoming challenges. Be it caliphate, British conquest agenda. If you are working hand in hand and you understand what the plan is, the strategy is, there is no force that can stand against you. That's
Yep.
how it's important. Working hand in hand signifies a shared commitment to navigate obstacles collectively, finding strength in unity. We tell you, Igwe Bike. Igbo people will say Igwe Bike. There is strength in unity. However, it's not Igwe Atoro. It has to be Igwe. That is the people that we give time to acquire knowledge, to get accurate information for solving the problem. Not beer parlor discussion, like my sister will say. After you've taken enough alcohol, you just start talking things that do not make sense. That's not the type of analysis we are talking about. So, working hand in hand signifies a shared commitment to navigate obstacles collectively, finding strength in unity. Participants offer mutual support by holding hands during moments of difficulty. There is no challenge that is in this world that human beings cannot solve if they put their hands together. It's just few problems that they might not be able to solve. Most problems, human beings will be able to solve them if they can just work hand in hand. This unity in movement signifies a collective determination to move forward together on the path of healing and transformation. The people would have made up their mind, okay, so this is what our problem is. Okay, we have a common enemy. Let's work together. Not people sabotaging other people's effort because they want to be enthroned kings and queens. It's not about who you are. The Mapandiai bragging, buga, all that. No. Our people are in dire situation. We want them to be liberated. We want more for our people. We want more for our people. We have so much in our land that our people should not be living the way they are living. But because of distractions, people not paying attention to important things, getting distracted by fake religion, fake social influencers, fake politicians, fake traditional rulers, everything fake, fake. These things will distract you. Even fake women for our men. Yes, women that all they can think of. I'm not saying people should not do whatever they want to do to their body, but if the only thing that makes you a human being is excess load in front, excess load behind, nothing in your brain, oh, and tomorrow you give birth to children.
Mm.
Our men, please stay away from women that do not have like
Are
intelligence.
suffering from identity crisis.
Yes, that don't even know who they are. They keep augmenting until you don't even see the original version.
Mm.
And they're carrying that excess load up and down, feeling happy with themselves while the land is burning. This unity in movement signifies a collective determination to move forward together. All the indigenous peoples. We don't want to leave anybody behind. Even if you're just 10,000 in population, we want to go together. You count, your life counts. We want to move together on the path of healing and transformation. Working hand in hand conveys a sense of mutual support, highlighting the shared purpose that unifies the community together as they forge a path towards healing, understanding, and shared transformation, creating a visual narrative of collective solidarity. Remember when we were in university, say solidarity forever. Until they broke student unionism, there was nothing that we wanted that we will not get to. We'll make sure that we get it. We'll sit down and make sure we get it. And they broke everything down. So we're going to give you take home points. We have said a lot this evening about healing, transformation, how to want more, how to get more for our people. Not for individual, not just for me, but for everyone. It's not the one that I'm eating, I'm comfortable, my neighbors don't have food to eat. They're begging me, they're celebrating and singing. Meanwhile, they might not even like you. They just want food. They sing all the songs. That's not right. We want an environment where our people will be comfortable and it will bring down criminality. So because what we are pushing for is just, what we are pushing for will be good for the world. Take home points. The healing journey is transformative,
Mm.
fostering personal growth and development for people groups, resilience, and self discovery, be it at individual levels or community levels. If we will agree for us to embark on this healing journey, you'll be surprised what will happen in months. We know everyone is bleeding, we know everyone is hurting. individuals, families, communities. We've been through a lot. Slave trade did a lot to us. Colonialism, neocolonialism, and fake religion. Are we talking about our people being raped in churches and place
Hmm.
of worship
Hmm.
because of fake religion? People are vulnerable, looking for healing, looking for God. They get to a so-called God's house. They get bastardized to
Do
the
you
extent
know
that
a lot of people tell a story here in America where the one thing that like break the camel's back for them was being abused in the church because they
yeah,
were running away from home. Father was abusive,
yeah,
mother was abusive, boyfriend was abusive, and went to church, and then the worst of them all happened.
it's so sad. So on this healing journey, we need to do it together. The power of shared experiences lies in creating connections, validating emotions, building empathy, e.g., indigenous ethnic nationalities,
Mm.
suffering together in this Caliphate British one Nigeria under the 1999 Constitution. We can connect, even if we are 500 ethnic nations. The same thing that is happening, and this goes to us on Dibo. We know you have suffered a lot, but don't think that you are suffering alone. Let's connect with the rest of the people that are suffering from the same problem under Nina's strategy for self determination. You see, working together hand in hand symbolizes a unified commitment to support and uplift each other on a collective healing path. Healing and prosperity for all micronations in Nigeria. Before the colonial monsters came, we were kingdoms. We were not tribes. We were kingdoms. We were autonomous. We had our independence. But these criminals came and then took away everything that made us who we ought to be. Well, all hope is not lost. That's what the message we are bringing to us today. That we can work together to actualize our healing and our freedom. A collective tapestry of healing emerges when diverse individual experiences interweave, creating a harmonious narrative of shared resilience. The interconnectedness of individual and collective healing emphasizes the mutual support systems, shared vulnerability, shared purpose within a community or union of communities or union of nations. We are not saying we cannot form a union, but we are saying that we have to do it on our own terms because we
Mhm.
are the indigenous peoples, we are the owners of the land. We will do it on our own terms. We don't want the white man to come and say, you're part of nation. No. Who did they consult? Who did they meet? We want to form nation with people that have common values, core values with us. We want to work with others, our neighbors, but it has to be people that see world, the sanctity of life. We believe in equality, equality,
Give her a few minutes. She's coming. You can see the screen is frozen. Um, Thank you so much. Please continue to help us to share. Even when we have a wonderful topic that can help humanity, you can see they are blocking, but it's okay. People are getting it. I got so much phone calls or messages, not phone calls, last after the last show. So God is definitely good. The work that we are doing is offline. That's why our brothers and sisters are going from classroom to classroom and putting Nina's strategy on the walls of the classroom, the blackboards, so that our children
yes,
can learn, our people can learn. And that's what we ask people. If you're watching this show, You can make your own PowerPoint and take it to your old boys association, old boys organization, your school, the solidarity school that is the AP talked about. If you're still in contact with them, send them a, create a PowerPoint, meet with them and show them a few things. A lot of people don't know what is going on. They don't know because life has been so busy for them. Sister, you back? Hello? Sister Ekwe? Okay, so we'll give her a few more. Or maybe she fell off again. Let me get off of this screen thing so I can see. Are you back?
Yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so I don't know where. So I think the mending of one heart. Should I continue from there?
Yes.
Okay. So the mending of one heart contributes to collective resilience by inspiring others, sharing wisdom, strength, not and strengthening the communal support network. This is what it used to be. In Africa, we used to be communal people. We don't live individual like one. What we're doing now. One person will build a prison with maximum wall. That's maximum prison. Kiri kiri in the name of civilization. You lock yourself inside it. Your children do not know your neighbors. Your children do not know their people. They just stay inside there watching internet or whatever they want to watch. That's not how we used to live. We need to begin to mend our hearts because when you share experience with others, you see what others are going through. Their own might be worse than your own. You see, you learn from their solutions and then you live a better life. That's why you have so much mental illness right now.
Hmm.
People are just isolating themselves for demons to be tormenting them. Meanwhile, if you could share your problems with some trusted family members or friends, you see, shared problems are half solved. Shared vulnerability fosters authentic connections, empathy, and collective strength within a community, challenging stigmas and empowering individuals to share their struggles. The transformative power of shared vulnerability lies in building resilient communities where authenticity becomes the foundation for growth and connection. It is important as humans to connect. We said, my people said, if you have an itch as an animal, if an animal has an itch, he goes to the tree for tree to help him to scratch it. But if an individual has an itch, you go to another human being, a fellow human being, to help you to scratch it. So we are calling today on our people to begin to build together, not the criminal one, because we have been duped severally in the name of freedom fighting and self-determination. Yes, we've been there. We've been there real time. We've been duped. So that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about people promising what they cannot deliver, doing kalo business to our people. No, that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about strategies because ideas rule the world. When you listen to idea, listen to this one, we talk about superior arguments. You will hear the one that makes sense. Nina's template for self-determination makes sense. It makes sense. He answers all our questions from beginning to the end. There's no part that he did not take care of. It is a result of years of research and critical thinking. Even the Westerners cannot believe that Black men and women could come up with something like that. Of course, because they underrated us, because they're all greedy and criminals. They're so they don't have brains. Like my sister would say, how can you steal for 500 years? You're still stealing. You still have not stolen enough to stop stealing. It shows that you are daft. It shows that you're not intelligent. I tell people, you see these colonial monsters, they are not intelligent human beings. They're just wicked and greedy. Do not fear them. Do not respect them. Talk to them eyeball to eyeball. Eheburu isi na abọ. They have nothing to offer.
Abrugodi Sinabo, you talk to the two heads.
Every single but we talk to the two, and we are be poor fool, talk out to one. Okay, man. We have all it takes as Black people. We have the resources, intelligence, power, strength, everything that we need to fix this world and make this world a better place. So stop listening and being afraid of criminals that are jumping up and down looking for. It's only cowards that kill other human beings. They're cowards. That's why they're okay. They say we should not okay, exterminating others or doing whatever they're doing. They're cowards. They're not able to think well. That's why they are choosing to do that. Otherwise, you don't have any reason to take the life of another human being. No reason whatsoever. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. We have gone way past our time. So let me quickly run through our Nina's proposition. As usual, we want to acknowledge the constitutional grievances. We want a commitment to decommission the imposed fraudulent 1999 unitary constitution. We are advocating for no further elections, and then the constituent people of Nigeria, or give them the opportunity to work out the modalities for transitioning. And the last but not least, announcement of a time two-state transitional will firstly multi-regional referendums for constituent companies to recommit or opt out of the Nigerian Union. Secondly, these two terms of union as dictated by the referendums. And last but not least, our announcements. We have the spotlight on our ancestors that is coming back soon. We encourage you to listen to Smart African. She did a very good piece on grab and go leaders. They steal resources from our land and they go and relocate to another, diaspora and be sitting there and be sending you pictures from their swimming pools. And then Twitter Tuesdays, if not for anything, help us to tweet on Tuesdays about what Ninas is doing. And kudos. Thanks once again to our brothers and sisters going to the classroom. This is what we've been asking for. Going to the classroom, the grassroots, and giving our people the information. We thank the group that is sharing pamphlets. We thank the groups that are sharing PowerPoints. We thank the groups that are doing all the work. We acknowledge you in all your ways. Thank you so much. And to learn more, you can always go to ninasvoice.org, daughtersoftrue.org. We have a YouTube channel. We have a Facebook channel. Go ahead.
No, please go ahead. Continue. No.
And then
Sorry.
last but not least, we want you guys to ask for transition now. Nobody's doing anything for you. All they're doing is deflating our money and increasing our debt. And we are not going anywhere with that. They are in prison, or should I say, enclosing our future generation under this debt that we will never pay. And you've watched our show where we showed you how they will give 1 million naira or dollars, they will turn around and take 80% and give you 20% and put it down on the books that you're now owing 1 million. So we need people, adults. If you're giving birth to children, this is the time for you to wake up. Stop going to church and asking God, calling on God to come and do miracle. The only miracle that you can do as a person is to understand what is doing us so that we can fix it once and for all. So thank you, brothers and sisters. We shall return next week. Please help us to share. They have done a wonderful job blocking, but it's okay. We appreciate those of you that stay to the end, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.
Bye.